Hello friends, I welcome you all in our channel The Studyopia, where me Sharmila will be featuring some beneficial video lessons based on geography, which will definitely give you a deep understanding. So let's move into our today's lesson. Geography as a discipline. So see, we all have studied geography as one of the important component of social science up to secondary level, and we are already aware of some of the phenomena of geographical nature in the world and its different parts. We will study geography as an independent discipline, and we will learn about physical environment of the earth, human activities and the interrelationship between the two. So whenever we are studying geography, the first question may occur in your mind: why should we study geography? So in this video lessons, we're going to cover the following topics. First, why we should study geography, what is geography, some different definitions of geography, interrelationship between nature and human, and different branches of geography, and two different rather important approaches of studying geography. So let's move into why should we study geography. See, we all live on the surface of the earth. Our lives are affected by our surroundings in many ways. We depend on the natural resources for sustaining our lives. For an example, primitive societies or the early man, they sustain their lives by depending on the natural resources, edible plants and animals. By the time we human beings developed technologies and started producing our food using natural resources such as land, soil, water, etc. And we adjusted our food habits and clothing according to the weather conditions. And by the time these variations in the natural resource based technological development, adaptation with modifications of physical environment, social organizations, cultural development took place. So as a learner of geography, we must be very curious to know about the diversity, and diversity is not only in physical features, different varied landforms we are seeing, landscapes we are seeing, not only that, but also there are vast social and cultural diversity. And as a subject, geography also equips us to develop different skills of understanding map and globe. It gives us a visual sense of the earth's surface, right? And different modern methods. For an example, geographical information system, GIS, remote sensing, satellite imagery, or the map making technique, cartography, equip us to meaningfully contribute to the development of our country. So let's move on to the next topic, that is, what is geography? So we are living on the earth, and not only us, many are big or small creatures also living on the surface of the earth and sustaining their lives. So the earth's surface is not uniform everywhere. It has variations. Like somewhere it is mountain, hill, valleys, plains, plateaus, ocean, lakes, deserts, and forests. And there are variation in its social and cultural features too. There are villages, cities, roads, railways, ports, markets, and many other elements created by human beings across the entire period of their cultural development. So this variation provides us a clue to understand the relationship between physical environment and socio-cultural environment. You can tell that physical environment has provided the stage on which human societies enacted the drama of their creative skills with the tools and techniques which they invented and evolved in the process of their cultural development. For an example, nature is giving us different natural resources and we are sustaining our lives on depending on those natural resources. For an example, nature has given me a piece of land, and by using the land, soil, air, water, all has been bestowed by nature. By using all this, I am sustaining my life by practicing agriculture. So like this, there are many economic activities are there, many occupations are there, by which people are sustaining their lives, people are making their bread and butter. So it is an interrelationship between natural phenomena and human activities. So let's moving to the definition of geography. So when we are using the very word geography, we must know that who has coined the term geography. Sir Eratosthenes, who is known as father of geography, has coined the term geography. He was a Greek scholar. During 3rd century BC, it is derived from the Greek word ge, that means the earth, and graphe or graphene or graphos. This word means description or to describe. Then when we put together these two words, ge and graphe, it is geography, or a discipline is focused on the description of the earth's surface as the world of man. That means geography is the description of the earth as the abode of human beings. So there are varied definitions of geography from different schools of thought. In this video lessons, we will learn a few definitions of geography to understand the scope, content and definition of geography in a better manner. So the study of man was the realm of humanities and the social sciences, whereas the sciences focused on the study of aspects of nature. Geography focused on the study of the surface of the earth, simultaneously required focused on man as well as nature, since the earth's surface comprises both the man-made phenomena as well as those of natural origin produced by physical, chemical and biotic process. Geography could neither claim itself as a pure science, or moreover it cannot nor as a pure human or social science subject. Let's move into some important definition of geography. First, Alexander von Humboldt told, geography is the science related to nature. In it are studied and described all things found on the earth. So it is very important to understand, as per Alexander von Humboldt, geography is the science related to nature. That means he is emphasizing more on nature, natural phenomena, natural characteristics, natural features, and how nature is controlling human beings. Okay, environmentalism. Nature is providing us all the natural resources and we are sustaining with the help of those gifts from nature, right? Whereas Sir Carl Ritter, geography is the department of science that deals with the globe in all its features, phenomena and relation as an independent unit and shows the connection of it. Just a minute. So geography is the department of science that deals with the globe in all its features, phenomena and relations as an independent unit and shows the connection of this unified whole with man and with man's creator. That means, moreover, Carl Ritter is giving emphasis on the possibilistic approach. That means, for an example, nature is giving few options to human beings, and human beings with their rationality, with their intelligence, they are choosing among those options and sustaining their lives. Am I clear? So from this note, we are getting two different approaches of studying geography. One is environmentalism, another is possibilism or possibilistic approach. Later on, we'll learn that how Alexander von Humboldt has classified systematic approach to learn different branches of geography, and Carl Ritter has given regional approach to learn different branches of geography. So next, according to Sir Hartshorne, as a discipline, geography is concerned to provide accurate, orderly and rational description and interpretation of the variable character of the Earth's surface. So another clip I have taken from NCERT book class 11th. So whereas Richard Hartshorne emphasized on geography as a description, explanation of the aerial differentiation of the Earth's surface. Now, what is aerial differentiation? If we draw India, if you see in a map of India, you will see that Kerala, it's a coastal region. It is located in the southmost part of India, and the coconut trees are abundant there. Okay, and along the riverbeds, along the plains, river plains, these plains are very enriched of alluvial soil, so paddy cultivations are there. Whereas if you go to Rajasthan or desert or semi-desert region, you will be seeing rare cultivation, agricultural pattern. You will see mostly there is millet cultivations are going on. So why this differentiation of regions? Because of their pattern of climate, soil pattern. So depending on varied physical characteristics, we can differentiate various regions, various areas. Okay, one is coastal plain, enriched with some alluvial soil. Okay, alluviums. River plains, enriched with alluvial soil. Desert, where only millets can be cultivated. Lofty mountains, where road can't be constructed properly. So these railways can't be constructed properly. So why we are differentiating like this? Because of aerial differentiation. So Richard Hartshorne has introduced the concept of aerial differentiation. Geography is concerned with the description and explanation of the aerial differentiation of the Earth's surface. I guess I have made you understand. Okay, so geography studies the difference of phenomena usually related in different parts of the Earth's surface, according to Sir Hetner. So next, moving on to our next slide, which is about branches of geography. Now, when we are discussing branches of geography, I should tell you that geography is a subject which allows inflow from each and every subject. Inflow of what? Inflow of knowledge from each and every subject, and it also allows each of them to maintain their own individuality. For an example, you can see the schematic diagram which is showing the relations with other subjects. For an example, meteorology, there is climatology. From hydrology, there is oceanography. Pedology, soil geography. Botany, phytogeography. Geology, geomorphology. Maths and astronomy, we have mathematical and astronomical geography. Economics, we have economic geography. Demography, we have population geography. Sociology, we have social geography. Like this, geography is allowing inflow of knowledge from each and every subject, and it also allows each of them to maintain their own individuality. So as a subject, it is the description of the earth's surface as an abode of human being, where it describes the interrelationship between human activities and nature. And geography has vast branches also, where we are learning geotectonic, geomorphology, population geography, human geography. Varied branches are there, and if we go in a detailed study, we'll get that, as I have already told you earlier, that Alexander von Humboldt has given systematic geography, and Karl Ritter has given emphasis on regional geography, where he is classifying regions, and then we are diving into the detailed study of a particular topic. But as per Alexander von Humboldt, we are studying systematic geography, where, for an example, if I want to study vegetation, I have to start from the entire world. I will start the different typologies of vegetation. For an example, I will start studying entire vegetation from equatorial rainforest, evergreen, tropical forest, coniferous forest, xerophytes. Everything I will study and try to understand it in detail. But whereas in the regional approach, I will demarcate a particular region, and I will dive into that region and study everything in a detailed manner. So there comes a concept of dualism in geography. I will try to take it in our next video lesson. Till then, keep studying, stay safe, and if you like my video lesson, please do subscribe and encourage us. Thank you.